now continue with our questions for Austin. We'll start with Kelly, and then we'll make our way around the room. I know there's a lot of questions.
Kelly Crandall, Racer.com. Austin, I'm just curious, you said on TV you have a broken rib. How did that happen?
Well, I don't like to talk about it, but I fell off a ladder pulling my bow case off to get ready for hunting season. I came down a ladder and just missed the last step and fell on top of the bow case, and it knocked the breath out of me. I knew it was pretty bad. Went ahead and raced to Iowa, and then I got it x-rayed, and that about the seventh one on my right is broken. So just been racing with it. It's been pretty painful, but yeah, I've raced Watkins Glen in Iowa and then here. Should be good. Hopefully, I mean, it's made pretty big improvements over the last 2 weeks.
We'll come to the middle to John, and then we'll go to Dustin and Bob.
John Newby, Savage Ventures. Since Kelly took the question I wanted to ask first, I'm going to move into the second one, which is when it comes down to these end of the season, end of the regular season situations, why is your team so clutch? Whether it's, you behind the wheel or your pit crew avoiding miscues that plagued other teams today.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess we're just built that way. You never out of the fight kind of deal. My guys really believe me. When the pit crew guys I have are just, they're dogs, and they've stuck with me through thick and thin when they probably had the opportunity to go to other teams and be more successful, but they stuck with me. I think we just have a bond that means a lot, and I think it was big to build on Iowa. That was a good run for us, and we had to compete with some top teams on pit road. And if you ask them, they struggled the first couple pit stops. I didn't notice. I couldn't figure out why we lost track position the one time, but then they got it together and were clutch when it mattered. So, yeah, they're just a couple of dogs out there, and I like working with them, that's for sure. They're my boys.
Go ahead, Dustin.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. Austin, can you give me a sense of just the work behind the scenes of trying to get this company back up to the way it can be, the way you guys want it to be? And I think Richard Boswell talked about just, you've got so much even on your plate beyond being a driver and looking at the organization with your grandfather, and just what has gone into build to a moment like tonight that I'm sure you look at as beginning something bigger.
Well, you look at our organization, and there's one rock in the middle of it, and that's my grandfather. And he's always been there. He's always the guy on top of the truck and trailer, giving his all. You don't see that from every owner out there. So if I can be a rock to help the rest of the organization when the rock is getting older, he's getting older, but he's still a fighter. You just want to fill those shoes as best you can and help when you can. Richard Boswell is a heck of a leader. He's a really good get for us in the offseason. He's a guy that could be a leader for years to come after crew chiefing for us. The guys really rallied behind him. I love that, and he built an excellent team for us. And multiple times I told him this year, if I can't go fast with the team I've got right now, I need to think about doing something else, move to another role. So this feels really good, and just keep working on that and see what we can do in the playoffs. But I think I've got a great team right now, probably one of the strongest ones we've built, and it's a testament to guys coming to RCR because they know what they get with my grandfather. And then me doing what I can to reach out and tell them, hey, we want to make this organization as strong as some of the top teams out there. There's a lot of big, strong teams out there, and we scrap and claw and figure out ways to win. And I think we have fun when we do that.
And also, can you give a sense of just the fire that your grandfather still has? And obviously, like you mentioned about his age, but it just, obviously we heard what he said on the radio after the Dover race. So, obviously,
yeah,
and seen his reaction to some other things since then. But just what you see out of that fire and what those meetings are like when you're talking to him about the organization and how much, I don't know if you have to calm him down or does he have to calm you down?
Well, we have knockdown dragouts between the two of us. I sense that we need to go yeah. We get into arguments to the point of frustration, and it's very hard when he's your grandfather to have an argument with him because you don't want to argue about it. But, there's certain directions we've got to go and move this boat forward, right? And I'm constantly pushing him. My brother has stepped in now and trying to help as well. So between the two of us, we want to try and take some of the load off of him as we go. So, yeah, but he's very loyal to a fault almost. He really takes great care of those that are around him, and we just push him to try and, make change at some point in time, and he usually has a way about it where you tell him one thing and he's going to get upset about it, and then 2 weeks later, he'll turn around and he'll bring it to you. Hey, what do you think about this? Oh, yeah, that's a great idea, man. So, you know, I love that. And at his age, too, I mean, you can tell. I mean, one thing I think that really hurt him was last year over this whole Richmond race, you know, going through that process, and it stung to him because he felt like NASCAR kind of let him down in a way, you know, which they had to make a call, and I got over it. But he doesn't get over those type of things, you know, and hopefully this lets him sleep at night again to that point, because this sport is special, and it's given our family a living, and a lot of other families living. And man, I couldn't believe the race we were having out there with Ryan. Like, that one section in the race when we were side by side, I had no tires. It was icy slick. You can't get the throttle down, and we're just riding there beside each other trying to play like it's like chicken. Who can get a little bit more? And the tires were done. We were both toast, and we were able to just gain that little bit of advantage, and Richard made a great call to hit pit road, and when we did that, I was able to manage my tires at the start of that run, and I think that helped me for the end.
Well, Bob Hockris, Fox Sports. Was it not hard to come in here and be angry over last year?
I'm too tired to be angry. You know, I mean, I got a little cold, a broken rib, a lot of adversity, and man, like, I don't feel like this is the best thing. Some things you don't understand at the time come back around, and God has a way of like putting that timing together, you know. So I feel like I was probably the calmest I've ever been tonight in the car, winning the race. I didn't act a certain way. I was just thankful for the opportunity, and it was just a timing thing. Like, if you would have told me that we would come back a year later and be sitting in victory lane after all that we went through, man, like, we went through that, and I like cried in our, you know, appeal process, because that win meant a lot to me, to be able to race with Denny and Joey before that period. I mean, we didn't have like a good run, and I mean, I was so like pumped to just be up there racing for a win. And then to come back this year, and it's like, man, everybody is telling you like, hey, go get it done, like, you know, you can get the redemption here, show them what it really means to win. I'm like, dude, I had a 3-second lead last year before the caution came out. So, and tonight, like, there was times it kind of played out the same way it did last year. Our car just kept getting better and better. We weren't that great to start. It was kind of a little tight, and the guys did a very good job of just keeping up with the track for me. I was struggling giving them the information, really. I thought I did a better job last year telling them what I needed, but our car just had short run speed, and then at the end, when it mattered, I was able to just kind of take it easy when we got the tires on before Blaney, and I think that ended up netting me the end of the run.
And I saw you got on your driver's side window on front stretch, and I think in victory lane too. Did you have any thoughts after last week and maybe not climbing on the window?
Yeah,
side?
Dale was there with me, and he was looking at it. He's like, hey, we got to make sure that this is inside the car now so that the window net doesn't trip me up. So, yeah, it was I had thoughts. I couldn't get out of the car. I had my radio harness twisted underneath my belt, and I'm, like, pulling on it, and I couldn't get it off. So that took me forever to get out of the car. I thought the burnout was good, but the get out was not.
We'll go to Jordan and then Barry, and then we'll make our way back over to the far side of the room.
Jordan Bianchi, Athletic, do you feel like you get enough credit for the success you've had at the Cup Series level?
I think I get the credit I deserve, man. Like, I have some great fans out there. It's cool when I go out and sign autographs, and I have some very loyal fans because they've had to go through us struggling at times, but we're kind of just a fighter, you know? Like, we don't go away. I feel like a lot of people think, well, that guy's going to go away at some point, but we're able to chip away and claw away and find ways, and I like that. I like that underdog mentality a little bit, but yeah, no, it feels pretty good. I've won 2 Xfinity championships, quite a few Cup races now, and this one probably one of the best ones because, you know, no drama, and it was just pretty much a butt kick in there. It was good.
Do you feel like this kind of sends a statement to anybody out there who may want to point fingers at you and say, why is this guy still driving the 3-car?
They're going to do it either way. I could win 50 races, and they could say my grandpa gave me the ride. So, and they're not wrong. He did. He did a great job putting me in it. Hopefully I'm paying off on his investment at some point.
We'll go to Barry here in the middle.
Barry, Richmond, WAKG, Danville. So a few days ago we were talking, and we talked about you having winning success here at Richmond and at Daytona. You told me how you felt going into Richmond. Now, how does that change going into Daytona next week?
Probably changes a little bit. We got to help our guy out in the 8, try and support him as much as we can, try and get another RCR teammate in there. He's really good at Daytona. I do what I can, try and maybe get us some bonus points if we can in stages and stuff, but focus probably goes to the 8 now.
Thank you.
We'll come over to the far side of the room to Matt Weaver, and then we'll go to Jacob and Cole.
Can we ask for more short track races?
Always.
Yeah.
Matt Weaver, Sporting News and short track scene, to
Yep.
your point.
There we go.
Maybe I'm projecting a little bit, but just seeing you in Victory Lane and then the way that you walked in here too, was there a bit of a swagger? Was there a part of you that's like, yeah, hey, I'm back here again?
Hey, Bubba.
That was me bumping.
Oh, you bumped the thing? Come here, sit up here. Yeah, I guess I'm just like, kind of just can't believe it right now a little bit, for everything that it's so hard to win at the cup level. The execution, we were very flawless tonight. And, at times I don't think we were the fastest car, but we out-executed people. When the restart happened, we chose the bottom, and I was able to get clean air. I was giving it all I had right there to try and get as far out in front as I could to create that gap. And then when the 12 short pitted us and I had to run him down, I was just trying to be patient, and I thought that race was awesome. And Boswell made a great call and was really adamant that I don't hurt my tires at the beginning of the run, and it paid off. But if you want to call it swagger, I'm all about it. But I feel like growing up in the Truck Series and Xfinity Series, I felt like I had maximum swagger, winning and doing different things. And you get to cup level, and it just humbles you. It's a whole nother department of winning. So now I'm more thankful than anything. It's not like, kiss my butt, I won. It's more like, man, that was awesome to be able to get a win at the highest level of motorsport and do it for my family, RCR, Welcome, pit crew, all those guys. Like, I'm just the guy that got to wheel it tonight, and thank you, Jesus.
I asked this of RC too, but I'm curious to pick your brain about it. Last year, it seems like from the moment that you guys got to Victory Lane, you guys walked in here, there was kind of a dark cloud over it, and that I don't know how much of a celebration there was. Your granddad said there was a celebration, but I'm curious, what was the celebration like last year, knowing that there were these other conversations that were going to happen, and how is this one going to be different?
Well, the guys already asked if we were going to the house to party, and I'll do whatever. I'm like I said, I'm wore out. But Ace, don't you said when we left, Ace was like, Dad, we haven't won in a long time. I'm like, it was just last year, dude. And then what else did you say? Is everybody going to come to the house afterwards?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are they going to come?
Yes.
There we go. So if Ace Man says everybody can come party tonight, I guess it'll happen. So are you happy?
Yeah.
Good. That's all that matters. Thank you.
Go ahead, Jacob.
Jacob Seelman, Race Face Digital. Austin, I have to pivot and ask with him, hopping up there with you, how much more does this one mean, being able to have the whole family here and celebrate like this?
Ace, what's it like to win?
Good.
Really good? Yeah?
I just working up.
Oh, it's working, bud.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Does that feel good to win when Daddy wins?
Yes.
Yeah, we don't win all the time, do we?
Yeah.
But today, what happened?
Win.
That's right. So, yeah, it feels amazing. I asked Justin last year.
What do you call a rainbow button?
I don't know. What is it?
A fish button.
Okay. We're telling jokes now, man. Went to 0 to 100 real quick. All right. So, it feels amazing. I told Justin Alexander last year, I was like, man, I'd do anything to get my daughter to Victory Lane. I've had Ace to Victory Lane. He's been a couple times now. Now we had Blaze, and she was up there going, woo, with her finger up, number one. So those are the moments you cherish forever, and, keep on fighting, and hopefully that rubs off on them. Dad never gave up and got himself to Victory Lane.
And Boswell was in here earlier and really lauded, and you alluded to it a little bit, just how much fire and kind of the leadership that you've been able to put in behind the scenes that maybe a lot of people don't see, and you know how much else you've taken on outside of just driving the race car.
Yeah.
How much has that driven you in addition to just that fire for competition for yourself as a race car driver, just helping to you and your brother, helping your granddad to push the company to be that much better?
Yeah, you wake up and it's pretty surreal, really, to be able to work with your family and work on, you know, the Carolina Cowboys, for example. I love working with them, and I've learned a lot about people in general, and those guys are just one tough customer, like all those Cowboys, so I think it makes me tougher. Like, if I would have complained about my rib before now, like, the Cowboys would be like, yeah, that's nothing, okay? Like, get over it, move on. But I enjoy a lot of it, man, but like you got to compartmentalize everything. You got to compartmentalize the family part. You got to compartmentalize getting to the racetrack and the ups and downs of it. But Boswell's, you know, he's special, man. Like we had it out probably 6 races in or 7 races in. It was just a one-on-one meeting with him and I, and it was like an adult conversation. It was like, hey, man, we're both competitors. We're actually very similar in a lot of ways, and we got to respect each other in that way. And from that point on, man, that guy's my brother. Like, I understand him. I think he understands me now. And he's just like, I couldn't ask for a better guy to push me and ask the right things. And we have an understanding of each other now, and it's really nice to have that.
Chris Powell, Couch Coach Live. Austin, congratulations on the win today. How does this victory shape your confidence and your momentum as you enter the final week of the regular season and going into the playoffs?
Well, I mean, I like that first round. Those are places that we run typically well at. Darlington. I think New Hampshire's in there. Is Gateway in there too? Is those the first 3?
Darlington, Gateway, Bristol.
Oh, yeah, like I'm all about those 3. So, yeah, we can play spoiler on those 3 for sure. And I think we can take things that we did tonight strategy-wise and just execution-wise and take it into the playoffs and we'll be good. But, like, I think it all started at Iowa. You know, we probably had a better car than 10th place, and the cautions just didn't fall our way. So I definitely think that first round is a good one for us.
We'll come over here.
Adam Cheek, Richmond Magazine. Austin, you were really good here in Nationwide, then Xfinity, and then took a while for the results to start coming at Richmond and Cup. And then over the last 13 starts in Cup, you've got top 10s in 8 of them. What is working here for you?
This was the worst track for me when I started racing. I'm not kidding. Like, I came here and I was like, man, I just don't get it, don't understand it. I drive harder, I go slower. We had one test, and then like I had one Xfinity run that was pretty solid. Like I got to the lead and kind of understood some things, but I feel like I run a different line than everybody. Like, I don't know, location-wise on the track, if you watch me, I'm very adamant about where I put my car on the long run. And I don't know if that's the patience that helps the tire live longer, but I'm usually running in my own place down there, kind of catfishing around the bottom. But yeah, I just had one really good test, and I've kind of found a rhythm, and I'm able to like tell the guys what I need in the simulator before we get here. Like if the simulator feels right, like my guys wanted to change some things, and like I'm like, nope, this doesn't feel right. Like go back to what I know, and then I can drive around that feel. So and I wish I had that everywhere because it would make it easier. But like I'm super confident when we get on the simulator that I can get it to close to what we have here. And for me, like, you know, I try and help the other guys in our team to like show them what I feel. But you know, it's something about the location and where I run, I think, is the biggest thing.
Catfishing around the bottom, you were where you wanted to be when you were battling Blaney.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be on the outside. That kills my tires, at least. I can't make it work out there. So
we'll take our final few questions from Jordan in the back, and then we'll go to Holly and Tim. Okay, just Tim.
I should have won an old car race here too. There was one that I sped on pit road that we were capable of winning on for sure. Like, so it's.
Jordan Bonner at ESPN Richmond. You've sort of talked about the general perspective of last year's win compared to this year's win in your post-race interviews, and even just a few minutes ago, you praised the Lord and that sort of thing. So it got me curious. Can you talk about sort of your your faith-based perspective between last year and this year, and have you leaned into sort of that? Like, have you, is there any sort of scripture or anything like that that you pulled from?
Well, I think when you go through like the ups and downs of the sport and you start realizing, what we do here, we live in a bubble a lot of the time, and there's a lot of other stuff goes on in this world. And my dad has preached to me lately about Proverbs, or proverb a day. And it's really quite simple, and I don't do the greatest job of it. I try to keep up with it. I did one perfect for a month. It's 31 days. You can read a proverb a day. And he pushed me, and then finally got me on it. And it's like, man, okay, every time I open the Bible and read that proverb, it kind of speaks to me in a certain way and then kind of grounds you. And that's the biggest thing, is you gotta have a way to get grounded, I feel like, and know what's really important. So, yeah, Proverbs is pretty easy, and it tells you what you need to hear most of the time.
We'll take our final question from Tim in the middle.
Tim Moore, Motorsports Today. Both RC and Richard both hit on it earlier about how they were feeling during the final 10 to 15 laps. I just want to know, because you mentioned you were calm and composed in the car.
Yeah.
But what was going through your mind there towards the end?
No caution. No caution. Don't blow a tire. I got to a point there with like 20 to go, and the car was kind of getting squirmy on me. I was losing the rear tires. I had a little front brake, and then like it just calmed down, and I kind of got confident again. And when I was listening to lap times, like he was gaining, and then it was like we crossed over. And when I heard that we were like a half a tenth or a tenth faster, I said, oh man, like he burned his stuff up. So I knew that wasn't gonna be the problem. Then they let me know the 48 was coming, and there was a couple laps where he was a tenth or so, but with like 4 to go, I ran a lap faster than him. And with the 3 seconds, I knew we were fine.
And last year, you sat here on the podium and you told me that it was potentially your biggest win of the career outside the 500. Does this surpass it for you?
Yeah, this feels great. This is what I wanted last year. It's not like I wanted to end it the way I did last year. It just kind of felt like I had to, with my back against the wall kind of deal. But this year, it just played out the way God wanted it to, I guess.
All right. Thank you so much, Austin. Congratulations.
Thank you. Ace, you got anything to say, dude?
What you call a rainbow fish, a camouflage fish, and a red fish?
What?
A planet.
Okay. Let's go, brother. Here, put your hats on.
Whoa.
Say good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Night.